Welcome back to another video for HarborFinancialOnline.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the Form 940 and the instructions and if you're required to fill out this form. So I'm going to walk through this video with you guys, show you the requirements and see if you need to be submitting this to the IRS and how to fill out the form the right way. So I'm going to get the video started. So the IRS Tax Form 940 is used to report annual federal unemployment taxes, and basically a lot of companies out there are required to fill out this form but don't realize that they need to. So there's not a whole lot that triggers you to have to fill this out. I mean, basically if you have employees, you are required to fill out the Form 940. It provides funds for the unemployment compensation, so this goes into a general pool of money for employees out there that become unemployed, to pay out those employees to cover that requirement as they're unemployed, the unemployment compensation amounts. Employers don't deduct this from the employee payroll, so make sure if you're new to this, you're not deducting it from your employee payroll amounts, because the employee shouldn't be paying any of the cost of this when you fill out this 940, the cost that you're going to submit. You have to be completely accurate on this Form 940. This is something that the IRS make sure that this form is completed as exact as possible. So any errors that you make on that form, they're going to send it back to you. So make sure you understand how to fill out the form and you're doing it right. At the bottom here, you see HarborFinancialOnline.com. At our site here, you can prepare the 940s and other business tax returns directly on the site and learn more about your tax requirements and your filing requirements set by the IRS in whatever state you are paying tax to. So I'm going to continue the video. I just wanted to show you the link here at the bottom. So it's HarborFinancialOnline.com. Now, what requires you to have to file the 940? If you paid $1,500 or more of wages in any calendar quarter, you are required from there on to complete the Form 940. So again, a lot of small businesses out there are meeting this requirement, the $1,500 in each quarter, but aren't filling out the Form 940. And the IRS is looking a lot closer at this. If you had more than one employee in 20 or more weeks, again, you're required to fill out the 940. So these are separate from each other, so if you just have one of these, it's going to trigger that requirement. This is another area that can be kind of confusing as far as if you should fill out the 940. If you had household employees in a private home, local college, fraternity, or sorority, again, you're required to fill out the 940. So you may be running a home business where you have employees come in, even if they're part-time, they're coming in and working for you. You probably meet the requirement to have to fill out a Form 940. Again, a local college, most colleges understand this. Fraternities and sororities probably aren't, for the most part, filing the Form 940, but they need to be. Cash wages to farm workers. This is another area. A lot of working farms out there don't realize the cash wages they're paying to their employees out there. It still requires them to have to fill out the 940 because the IRS is still tracking these employees out there. They require them out to go into the federal unemployment compensation pool to pay the unemployed workers out there. So that's important. Other 940 requirements. These requirements can change depending on where you're located and what type of organization you have, but I'm just going to cover them real quick here. We have Indian tribal governments, tax-exempt organizations, employers of state and local governments. So some of the areas that tax-exempt organizations, they may think that they are not required to fill this out, but they still are, even though they're tax-exempt. You still have to complete the 940. You may need to deposit your FUTA tax before filing your return, so that's important to know. If your FUTA tax is more than $500 for the year, you need to deposit at least one quarterly payment. Again, you can, at any point here, you can go to our website. Like, again, this tax is a little bit confusing and can be hard to understand at first. You can check out our website, harborfinancialonline.com. We offer more information on the 940. You can complete the form directly online. It's going to walk you through all the steps, make it easy to understand, and make sure that the form's accurate. So I'm going to take you to the site, show it to you real quick. You can see we have a lot more information on tax. We have links on both sides. If you're looking at preparing individual tax returns or other business returns, we'll cover all of that. And you can use our online estimator. I'm going to take you to that real quick. Loading the page. So we have the tax calculator. Here you can use either of these links to calculate what your taxes might be, and you can navigate throughout the site here to get some more information on tax and what your requirements might be for filing for your business or your small business requirements. If you're new to filing these taxes, there's a lot of forms that you have to complete as a small business if you're new out there, and just to make sure you're following all the IRS guidelines, because the audits have increased substantially over the last few years. So I would recommend taking a look at this and seeing what you're required to file with the IRS. So thank you for checking out the video. You can send me any questions you have at expert@harborfinancialonline.com, and hopefully you'll check out some of my future videos. Thanks.